is going to be screwed. Spanixstain is saying to send some scouting links around. I'm just wondering, this Terran player does seem to have finally got set up down in the gold expansion, and with the benefit of mules and them high yield minerals, he is going to get, yeah, look at that. He is nearly 200 above the other players on mineral input and can just warp in more mules all the while. He needs to be a bit careful though, because he can't lay down any more scans, and this overseer is here, but he needs his friend needs to move it into the mineral line, otherwise this is going to be some butcher. He needs to move it in. This is going to be... no. As Dark Templar is going to get sniped. I have a feeling they're probably both going to get taken out, but just how much economic damage was done there just from them four. Whew! Okay, so, Big Daddy getting a small Stalker and Zealot Ball. I wonder if he's got any... no, still no. Excuse me. Excuse me. Still no major upgrades for this, and in fact destroying this gateway now. Obviously, so troops can get around the side. I wonder if he's getting out of his robotics, but it looks like a Colossus will be coming out. Our Avernus is getting a Nidus network, and he has put a crap ton of roaches in there, and he's going to flood into the other Zerg's base. I can't believe I missed that. That is quite a major event, and it does look like this Hydrolith stem's going to get cancelled. Will he be able to snipe the hatchery? I think if he focuses this down, the hatchery is going to go down, and in fact could get all of Pro's tech buildings in one swoop here. A Stalker army from Big Daddy coming to help, but Stalkers against roaches is never a happy fight. So this may actually just be in Avernus's favour. He may be able to take out both the whole Protoss main army and the Pro's main tech base. So this could be devastating for Team 1 down here in the bottom left corner, as they are now effectively on one team. What he needs to do though, ideally he should probably take out the spawning pool, evolution chamber and bending's nest, and then Pro, who is now on one base, one granted rich mineral base, would have to retech everything up. Absolutely everything. So that was actually a very, very well played Nidus attack there from our Zerg player, who was having a bit of an overload party here. All of them above his. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd have to move them up here so they're not in the way. Anyway, he seems to like it like that. Getting yet more roaches transferred down to the bottom corner of the map, and they're going to plop out of here in a few seconds and join the rave. Yeah. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, cool. They are in fact just going to sit inside the Nidus worm. Things going into the Nidus worm from both ends. I'm not quite sure what they're expecting to happen. Can you warp a Nidus worm? You clearly can. I had no idea you could do that. He is in fact warping into the Protoss player's main base now, sniping this Dark Shrine, putting an end to all them pesky Dark Templars. The Protoss main army was taken out in the last big battle, and now there are even more roaches and even less Stalkers, so that does seem to be the Protoss army is going to get wiped out. Xstain also seems the Colossus coming out of the Robo, and he is indeed going to try and snipe that, but will he get it quickly enough? That Colossus is just going to pop out just as the robotics ability gets destroyed, but I have a feeling he will not survive to do his money's worth in damage. So that was a very, 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 very nice use of the Nidus network there by Avernus, using it to hot roaches into both of their bases, destroying both of them. The only downside, I suppose, is that both players have a secondary expansion, so that is not necessarily going to be a GG, but if you can destroy the tech structures, cybernetics core especially, then he will, yeah, Big Daddy rage quits out of that game, not even giving a GG. So his Dark Templar harassment kind of failed. As for the other Zerg player, he is still sitting in it nice and strong, but to be honest, what's he got? Our Red Zerg player, Pro, has got, let me see, Hydralisks and Zerglings, and not even very many of them. That is not going to do very much against Avernus's massive army of roaches. And I'm interested in seeing what our Terran player is actually doing, because he got knocked out fairly early on in the game. So, I mean, he's got 4 Marauders and 11 Marines, so for someone getting knocked out, I suppose, about 8 minutes ago, that's not terrible, but it's not ridiculously good either. Anyway, the Protoss main expansion is indeed going to get taken out now. That is the Protoss player completely out. He's already GG'd, but that just completely defeats him. And now they are going to go hunting for the Pro's second base and try and destroy it, all the while expanding to pastures anew. So, we now have one Zerg against a Zerg and a Terran. Here comes the main assault onto his base. It'll all come down to whether or not Pro has enough units to hold off this attack, and if I'm going to judge, no he does not. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, so There, we saw what happens when you 6-pool and go for Dark Templars and don't get anything else. Yeah, that's what happens. This Nidus worm is still getting used. I didn't know you could have more than one Nidus head coming out at once, but it seems to me that you clearly can because we have 3 sitting here. So yeah, I think that's going to be GG for Pro, and he is going to have to leave this game with his tail between his legs and the memories of that failed 6-pool stuck firm in his mind, although it does look like, yeah, he is just going to fly 2 Overlords down here and then not GG out of the game like a twat, quite frankly. Right. So, do I just have to sit here and wait for him to GG? Learn to leave the game, says Spunningstain, and I think he did. Although I didn't actually see it myself. But anyway, that was that game. So we had, to summarise, we had some 6-pool from Pro, the red Zerg down here, which nearly knocked Avernus out of the game early on. And he kept that up for too long, didn't know when to switch out, so he ended up with a much weaker army and economy than needed to be. All the while, Big Daddy, the Protoss down here, tried to go for quick damp Templars, which did take Eckstein out of the game, but he was able to fly all his main buildings off and rebuild down here and get a crap ton of SCVs pretty quickly. Anyway, yeah, and then some truly magnificent Nidus network play from Avernus, jumping a bunch of troops into both of their main bases, knocking out their tech structures, and then just going for the blood and taking out the main expansions of both players. So some very good comeback play there. I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. This was British StarCraft, and I will see you next time.